Alright, to start off, I just want to go straight into my topic. I don't want to tell anyone what it's about until further on, so everyone can go into it with an open mind, because as soon as you tell someone about the subject, they already think about it. So I wanted to talk about Lego. Lego is something I grew up with as a kid, and it's just one of those amazing things that you can build so much out of it. And it's not that cheap, to be honest. It's quite expensive. So normally, a lot of the times you build something and you're quite proud of it. And then once you're finished with it, after you've kept it for a bit, what you're going to do with it, you're not just going to throw it in the bin. Obviously, normally you just you break it up and you rebuild something else. You can build a house, you can build a car, you can build anything that you want to in your imagination. Because you're not just going to waste all that money that you've just spent on something that you're really proud of. And then that got me thinking about, if it's just Lego pieces, what about if the Lego pieces was something else? So a human body. So what about if instead of having Lego pieces, we have organs? And with organs, they build us up as a person. But when we die, where do they go? They go with us. But a lot of the times, they're still healthy. So if you think there's a life-threatening illness patient that could use your lungs and they could be perfect. But when you die, a lot of people get cremated or buried. And basically, it's just another bin where everything's going to go. So then, if you think about it, there is a chance that you could give something that you don't need anymore to someone else. So instead of just taking your organs with you when you don't really need them in a coffin or however you go, you could give them to someone else and they can live a lot longer. So it's just one of those things. It can save a lot of lives. So that's why that's why I wanted to talk about organ donation. It's a topic very close to my heart, and I wanted to share it because I don't think there's enough people who know about it. Because normally when someone says organ donation, they think, oh, I've got to die to give someone it. Right, so this is my best friend. I've known her for over 11 years now. And she suffers from cystic fibrosis, which is a disease that is mainly in the lungs but can also affect the liver and stuff like that. And all she needs is a double lung transplant and her life could get 100 times better. But she has to be on the waiting list. And I've known her for so long and she's so weird, but it's funny. But well, basically cystic fibrosis, it's like where you've got mucus in the lungs and other things like that. So one of the main things it affects is it's harder for her to breathe. So whereas we've got clear airways, there's mucus that builds up in the lungs and that means less air passes through. So there's a load of straws everywhere, so hopefully you've got them. Basically what you have to do is hold your nose and breathe through the straw, through your mouth. And after a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds or something like that, you'll start to, I don't know, it's maybe like your chest will start to burn and stuff like that because you're physically not getting enough oxygen. And this is how she feels all the time. So let's say you had a life-threatening illness and your only cure is an organ donation. Like, if someone said to you, oh, you need an organ donation, here's one, everyone would probably say yes. I don't think there's anyone who'd say no. But the thing is, how many of us would actually donate our lungs? 31% of us do. And a lot of the time it's not down to, sometimes it's down to belief and sometimes people think that they need certain things in their afterlife. But a lot of the times it's when people just can't be bothered. It takes basically 5 minutes and all you have to do is sign up online and you get a cool little card as well. But there's 10,000 people a year who need, well in the UK there's about 10,000 people who need it and 3 a week die waiting on the transplant list, so that's 1,000 people. So when you're on the organ donation list, after you die you can save up to 9 people's life. I mean, I think that's just pretty impressive and you don't have to do anything whatsoever. All you have to do is just give something that you don't need anymore. Because it's not like you have to die and just oh. So, to be honest, you can have, a lot of people think a hero is someone who saves lives, heroes. You don't always have to wear a cape. You can be any age to sign up for an organ donation, to be an organ donor. Because a lot of people think that you have to be over a certain age, but it's different sizes and stuff. So why is this important to me? I've started to realise it more in the summer because Lizzie now she can't breathe that well, so she can't walk long distances. So we use a chair, but it was like, we are normally going to this golf course and we used to have BB gun wars and we used to just run about and have races. But the thing was, she couldn't join in. She was always the one on the sidewalk who'd hold the bags. And we'd always say one day she'd be able to join in with us. But after a while, it's like, sometimes we can't even laugh too long. Say if you know when you have a proper giggle and then your belly starts to wet and stuff like that. Well, after a while, she can't keep mucus down. She ends up throwing up for another 10 minutes. So sometimes you can't even have a good laugh. without there being a really bad after. So she always keeps this little yellow bucket though. But that's cute.